Call the February 27th, 2025 meeting of the Area Planning Commission to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Madam Secretary, roll call.
Do you have the roll call sheet?
Yes, but it blew out of the box when I was walking to my car.
It blew out your box.
Yeah, it's on top of the box, it's like they didn't put it in the old box.
Oh, Lord, Bill. No, I think I can.
If you're not here, say yeah. Oh, you can wing it.
I wonder if I got mine on from last year.
Yeah, the only changes we're gonna have is gonna be with,
And he's not here.
Greg. He's not here. And then we will have one new person with the BZA, and he's not here yet.
You're gonna make me a fake one.
Oh, okay, all right.
Is he our BZA
There's
person?
yet. I didn't put that all together then. Are we on? I don't know, Reggie Stevens. Now I do.
Hey, Bill, we're on. Let's.
Brian Robb.
Here.
I'm gonna write as I'm calling your name, so give me a minute. Bill Free.
Yes, ma'am, here.
I've got a really bad headache and I seem to have lost my mind. Gary Naylor.
Present.
Trustee President Darren Price.
Present.
Dale Munson.
Present.
Mr. Sparks.
Present.
And Mr. Mackey.
Present.
Mr. Wesley, Jeff.
Present.
Bill McDaniel.
Present.
And myself. And what's the new guy's name? That's
Greg Keyfaber.
Greg Keyfaber.
Greg. And he's the only one that's absent tonight. right?
Bob Stewart.
And Bob Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we have in front of us minutes from the January 23rd meeting. Do you see any additions or corrections?
There is some corrections.
Oh, they've got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Well, you were taking notes. I can't tell who makes motions and who seconds them if I'm not here. So do you have that wrote down somewhere?
I think they, okay.
They've got them down there, marking them up? Is that what you're doing?
So,
Okay.
yeah, we can either give you the markups or we can talk to them, either one.
No, I can redo them.
Okay.
They're on my computer. It's all I gotta do is plug them in. Well,
Yeah, number 2, Daryl Drew wasn't here. That was Greg Keyfaber.
Right.
Bob Stewart was actually present at the meeting.
what is his name?
Nick?
Nick Thomas.
Nick Thomas?
Nick Thomas.
I could not remember your name. I'm sorry.
Change it.
That was one of my
It's
questions.
better that way.
I'm okay with that.
That was one of my questions to you. I sent them to you. Because everywhere his name went, it was a blank line. Okay, we'll get it ironed out.
Okay. Daryl's also under motion to adjourn, number 6.
And he's under parking regulations as a motion there as well.
Well, okay, I can fix it.
Dale wasn't here to do the director's report.
I'll mark them up and I'll fix them.
You were on a run somewhere.
Huh?
He and Bill were on a run that night.
Oh, that's why you guys weren't here. Gotcha. Makes sense.
Okay, any other additions or corrections? Okay. Take a motion to approve with corrections.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Zoning code updates.
Okay, all right. Okay, at the commissioners, they adopted a resolution to, okay, well, I'll just read the resolution. Okay, resolution number 25-R-1, resolution concerning certain amendments and corrections of ordinance number 2025-2, known as the Fayette County Solar Ordinance. Whereas on January 7th, the Board of Commissioners adopted ordinance number 2025-2, and whereas on the day of the adoption, the Board of Commissioners acknowledged the need for refinement of certain language contained in ordinance 2025-2. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Fayette County, Indiana as follows, that ordinance number 2025-2 is hereby remanded to the Fayette County Area Planning Commission for further consideration for purposes of correcting errors and ambiguous language and contradictions of terms contained in ordinance 2025 as evidenced by the attached reviews hereby identified as Exhibit A and Exhibit B, resolved this 4th day of February 2025 by the Board of Commissioners of Fayette County. And Exhibit A, that was the document that was from the Center for Infrastructure and Economic Development. And attachment B was the staff report from the, for the solar energy. Those are the two documents. And those are things along with the committee that we would go through those and discuss those. Now and are there going to be any changes over who I've sent these emails to? Are there going to be any changes to the committee, or is it still the same people? You added or dropped anyone from it?
It's the same.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, now, would the second Thursday at 6 o'clock in the commissioner's room still be okay with you guys? All of you? Okay. So all right.
Bill, do you have copies of that resolution, Carol Lois?
Yeah, give it to everybody.
Nope,
No.
nope.
Oh, that's right, needed to pass it down to everybody since we're, the final countdown.
Yeah, a lot
Okay.
of time.
2, 3. Copy. Okay. Okay. Okay, my apologies. So, oh, there you go. Thank you. So there's the resolution. Okay, so what I'll need to do with that is to, it'll be published with Channel 3 and then also with the newspaper, the dates. And I think it was talked about doing a 3-month window, 3 months. Okay, so it'll be for 3 months. Okay, 6 p.m. Commissioner's room. Okay. Okay, so that way, that gets published, same thing with you, since I have all of your contact information anyway, so I won't need to get that from you again unless anything has changed with anybody for your contact information.
So you'll email us?
Yeah, I'll email, when I send this out to the meeting schedule, I'll send that out to everybody. Yeah. So so you'll have the dates and you'll have everything for the meeting.
When's the first one technically?
Okay, well, technically, the first one is, now that we're making it official, is if you guys are able to do it then, okay, in March,
March 13th.
March 13th. Is everybody gonna be available March 13th? Because what is it, would have been, so, anybody have any conflicts yet? That you know of? Okay. Okay, so March 13th will be the third one, April, and then May, okay? All right.
Well, just Who will be involved?
Okay, oh, yeah, what I'll need also, in addition to me, I need 2 members of the Plan Commission also to take part. And this time it wouldn't be facilitating, but Plan Commission members would also actually be, want you to take part in the conversations. So, do I have a couple of volunteers from the Plan Commission for this?
Any volunteers?
I can still stay on it.
Yeah, if you're willing to, Gary, that's fantastic. Okay. Do we have another guinea pig?
I can do it again.
Okay. Okay, so it'll be, okay. So, okay, those will be those involved, but any questions from Plan Commission members and then also anybody in the audience about this?
What are we doing exactly?
Okay, well, first thing is to.
The thing the commissioners wrote up's kind of vague.
Yeah, well, what it is, it's going through the, okay, I know some of you had strong feelings, but if, before then is the documents I sent you in the email, if you could at least familiarize yourself with them, so we can at least have a discussion over those. Because I sent, because what I passed out to the Plan Commission members was the same thing I sent out to everybody. So just me to, yeah, sure, Dwayne.
Going over the paper from Duke Energy that we talked about when the commissioner passed ordinance.
Yeah, okay, that's gonna be one of the documents to familiarize yourself with.
One of them, I thought that's what we was gonna go over, was that document.
Yeah, well, that's gonna be one of them.
What else is it?
Okay, the other one they want you to take into consideration was from the comments from the staff report, which
They,
were,
who was they?
okay, the commissioners. Okay, it's from the exhibit B was the staff report for the solar energy public hearing.
So if we need to familiarize ourselves with those two documents, we're needing to know more about it than just changing punctuation and.
Exactly, yeah, so.
I didn't think that's.
That's all that was left at the commissioners meeting, was to just fix
Well,
the
but
punctuation deal.
it was also, to my understanding, was to take into consideration also what was in those documents, those other critiques.
I don't believe so, because I made the motion to accept it as it was and just change the, losing my train of thought. The,
Grammatical errors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we put a committee together to set this thing up, to put it together. It looks to me like somebody's wanting to tear it all back apart and start over.
Yep.
And that wasn't the motion that was made at the commissioners meeting.
That's what was with us in the resolution that was put together, though. That's what you guys passed.
I don't believe so, because I made the motion. I know, I read it to that in here too, but
Yeah,
it was said to clarify,
Because we talked about the word tone.
yeah, it was set up to clarify it.
I remember in the commissioner meeting that day, when they passed it, that Jeff said there was a few things in the beginning of it that we should go over and look at. But the majority of it was just language things that wouldn't change really the set parts
Perhaps,
of the ordinance.
perhaps we should wait until Tuesday, have the commissioners give a little bit more clarification.
My concern, Dale, and I agree with you, what you're saying, but what you're saying and what you voted on is two different things.
Right, I'm seeing that too. I think we need to go back and.
Because I watched your meeting and you voted on this resolution.
Okay,
And I was a little bit upset because I didn't think that resolution followed what the commissioners wanted.
I guess maybe I said it out of what I was thinking, but I don't see where we need to be changing this ordinance to what these guys have already put together, and you two, I mean, that's what we put the committee together for. So I think we maybe we need to back up and,
Who wrote the resolution?
Well, I'm not gonna tell you who wrote the resolution. It's a resolution that was passed by all three commissioners, however, they can always, change and modify resolutions. It sounds like to me, that we should perhaps wait until Tuesday, have a discussion with, I don't know if there's anything urgent, so to me, I don't know that we need to, just to move on this,
We're
So-
perfectly fine with
Right.
correcting grammar. We're not lawyers, we probably didn't set some of it up correctly.
And admittedly, I wasn't involved in the ordinance, and it's not drafted the way I would want to. That's not my role, though. My role is, can I protect it in a court of law?
Yeah.
And I can protect it in a court of law.
Yeah,
But I want this board, I don't want to waste time. I want this board to know exactly what we're trying to review. So it would make sense for me for this to be on the agenda Tuesday, for the commissioners to have a very deep conversation on what they actually want this board to do, and then we come back in March and go. Like I said, if there was some urgency, sure, but I don't know that there is that urgency. So let's get clarification from the commissioners, come back.
That's what I was under the understanding when I was at Clacton, but the commissioners very specifically had to tell us what sections of it that we needed to change, very specifically, not at a vague resolution to look at. Was what, I believe those were your words.
Yeah. And I would agree with that. And I think that, to be honest, I think the committee has put a lot of time in this. I don't want to see you having 15 meetings and not knowing what you're supposed to be doing. So, and it's all irrelevant if we've got, I think the commissioner, because I don't know if you guys are familiar with the process, but this board can pass an ordinance. If commissioners don't pass it, it's irrelevant. The commissioners can pass an ordinance. It doesn't matter if this board wants to or not. Typically, the commissioners can make it go anyway. So we need to get clarification from the commissioners, what they want, before I think that we can advise the committee on what they should be doing, or what they should be reviewing. Because you certainly clearly have one commissioner here saying, I want it to read clearly and get rid of typographical errors and commas and those kind of things. We need to find out what the other two
We
want.
fully get that there's some things that probably need to fit the accounting and how they're used to having ordinances spelled out. And punctuation and all that stuff. We fully get that, right?
Yeah, we would,
My advice to this board is to just hold off, not to do a whole lot of committee stuff. Unless the committee wants to meet, but there's no need to have a whole lot of committee stuff until after Tuesday. And so then that would mean the March meeting, we kind of discuss if we need to meet. But I'm looking at it and thinking, I don't know that March 13th is even necessary, to be
okay.
completely
Well, that's
honest.
fine by me.
We don't need to just be spinning our wheels and have no clue what the commissioners want. And right now, there's discrepancy in what the commissioners want, because we can read one document, but then we've got the person that made the motion sitting right here that's very plainly saying that wasn't what he anticipated.
Yep.
So let's get all the commissioners together, let's have them have a nice, comfortable discussion Tuesday, and then I think there'll be no ambiguity on what we're supposed to be doing.
Do we need to make a motion to table this then?
I think that would, to me, be a reasonable thing. Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, motion second to table
You okay with that?
until after at least the commissioners meeting. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Who seconded?
I did.
Okay.
Tuesday at 2 o'clock, the normal commissioner meeting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Now, one thing that I was,
errors is what I'm thinking, not going to be on this other.
Well, and that's, the problem is the Exhibit A and Exhibit B.
See, you're not coming here.
Well, that's the problem, yeah. So you guys, you three need to get together and say, hey, do we want that or do we not?
Okay,
okay, now, I forgot to insert in here, but it's regarding the building code.
okay.
Because I don't have to make any changes to it other than some dates, information on the resolution for the plan commission for the building code ordinances. Because I don't need to change the building code ordinances. So in that case is commissioner's wish that we can discuss that at the public meeting and act on the resolution and then forward it to the city council and the county commissioners.
Okay. So do we need a motion for that?
Make a formal request to do it, yeah.
Okay. And that's what these two are, right?
Yeah.
All right, so, we'll make the APC will make a formal request, on the building code ordinances, to go before commissioners and city council.
Building code ordinances to go before commissioners.
And city council.
Yep.
Well, I don't know.
It's not a motion, it's called a formal request, correct?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Basically, it's to finalize the resolution for the building code.
Okay.
And if, okay, and, okay. Now, Tim, you weren't on the plan commission at that time. So the building codes, okay, that are adopted, it's, the building code has language which adopts the building codes as they're adopted, that are adopted by the state of Indiana.
Okay.
But in order to enforce the building codes, you need to adopt the local building code. So what that does is, all the ones I'm tasked with overseeing has all the language. That way, as changes are made over time, so each time the state of Indiana will
Changes.
adopt a new one, it's adopted by reference to that particular code.
Okay.
So, okay. So that's why they have to hold the public hearings and not us. Because you do not, the plan commission does not have direct control over the building codes.
So in the single sheet bill, the first paragraph up there, recommending adoption of 2109 Indiana model, is that?
Yeah.
What's that number reference to?
Okay, what that is, it's 2019 was when Indiana adopted this particular model of building code.
So it should be 2019, the number,
Get 2109.
instead of 2109?
First paragraph.
Yeah, I'll just have to verify what the actual number is or the state of Indiana on that ordinance. So,
Okay.
And would the resolution be 2025 versus 2023?
yeah, I'll need to make those changes to bring that up to date. It's just easier at this point for me to copy just print these off for everybody, to then just being aware that I need to make some changes for next month.
The two fee ones, we're gonna get rid of those, correct?
Yeah, yep. So, okay. Now, if everybody's aware, is we did, okay, with Jeff Fisher, Dale Strong and I, last Wednesday, we had we had interviews for the building inspector. We had 5 people we interviewed, and we decided that we're gonna hire, I don't know if everybody know Bill Hughes, the retiring fireman. So, that, who the decision was Mr. Hughes, and he was and it's fantastic because he has, with all the building trades, he has experience, because people he did before, work he did before he was a fireman, and while he was a fireman. So he worked with Tim Showalter for several years, and then after that is, then after Tim Showalter retired, then he did construction work with Chad Ripberger, and then before he became a fireman, he's also involved in the building trades. So, and I think he also has a good personality for it.
Okay. Anything else under zoning code updates?
Nope.
Okay, move on to director's report. Any questions or comments on the director's report? there are none, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Wait a second.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, same sign. And with that, anybody have any other questions or comments for the board? Okay, seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries, and we are adjourned. Call the February 27th Board and Zone Appeals meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, I'm gonna have to make a roll call sheet.
All right, Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
I don't know the guy at the end.
Richie Stevens.
He's a new member.
You guys are trying to trick me. Stevens,
Yes.
and then Jeff Fisher,
Present.
Jeff Wesley,
Present.
Bill McDaniel,
Present.
Darren Price,
Present.
Bill Free.
Present.
Is this everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, we still have the one open position that was Bill Crawford's. So the mayor's appointment is still open. But I can put in a plug, can I put in a plug for that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, we still have one open position for mayor's appointment for the Board of Zoning Appeals. Anybody who's there who lives in the city is, please, if you're interested in these type of things, you want to take part in planning and zoning for the future of, City of Connersville and Fayette County, please contact the mayor. And, we now have Mr. Stevens, who is gracious enough to accept being on the zoning board, and I appreciate that very much. Not partly because it makes my life easier, but having someone there, because I know we have someone out here, Mr. Todd really appreciates it. All right.
Okay, we don't have any minutes to approve, do we? No? Okay. Richie, you want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Richie Stevens, I'm 52, I've farmed all my life. I live in Posey Township, and that's all, only place I've ever lived, so.
All right, well, welcome, and again, like Bill said, thank you for being willing to serve. Okay, next up, we have election of officers. So I guess we just need to open nominations,
Yeah,
right?
just open nominations.
Okay. Open nominations for president.
I nominate Darren Price.
I'll second that.
Okay, any other nominations?
Which one you guys seconded? Gotcha.
Okay, close nominations for president. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, open for vice president.
Who used to be our vice chair?
Me,
Oh, okay,
Carrie was president.
okay.
I would nominate Bill.
I'll second it.
That's, man, that is so scary.
We won't let them attack you.
Okay, any other nominations? Nominations for vice president closed. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Secretary?
I'll definitely nominate Beth Hardy.
You don't have much choice, Phyllis.
Right.
We have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. All right, tonight, we have public hearing for parcel number 21-06-07-524.000-008, Harrison City Township. Part Southwest Quarter 7-14-13, petitioners Michael and Melissa Todd, Clark Patty, zoning classification R3 multifamily residential. Petitioners requesting a temporary use, number 9, temporary mobile home living quarters as an accessory use on the same lot as principal building used for residential purposes when situation necessitates special health care for blood relative. Public hearing is open. Mr. Todd, you want to step forward?
So we would like to do this to help take care of our mother-in-law, Patty Clark. She's getting older, and she has, her only daughter is my wife, and she wants to be close to her. And over the past few years, there's been some instances where she's needed somebody with her, and one time was life-threatening, possibly, and we just want to be there for her, and we think it'd be a good fit. It'd help the neighborhood look better. We could add that. And everybody we've talked to, no one's disagreed.
Okay. And I'm sorry, can you state your name and address for the record?
Michael Todd, 3128 Easton Avenue, Connersville.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Now, okay, now I think the one thing that we've done as far as with the BZA in the past is, okay, if I've allowed the smaller rather than the minimum size, manufactured home, and have allowed it to be on a pad rather than having to build a foundation to save the petitioner money,
Okay.
since it's intended to be a temporary use.
Right.
So I would think that if nothing else, allow them that opportunity.
Would this have a separate address, or would it be like an apartment A or something like some of the residences we go to?
We'll probably wise to go ahead and give it a second address.
Will they have their own sewer and water hookup and so forth?
Okay, you're gonna do separate rather than the same, Jared?
Okay. Anyone else from the public here to speak either for or against? Okay. Close the public hearing. The group have any conversation?
What are you gonna do with it when, something happens to Patty? You gonna just move it, take it off the property?
We could. We know it's temporary use, but as she gets older and we're still there, we'd probably file for an extension, and then we could always move it. Would be the ultimate plan.
Yeah. Yeah. So that, because that would be the advantage, as I mentioned, of getting something that's smaller with a mobile manufactured home, because if that's just one person and it's that purpose is, you don't necessarily need a 1,080 square feet structure. And then also is when it comes time is having a pad would also make it easier. Or another option with that you can do with the manufactured home is if it's on piers, the bottom of the piers and the bottom of the pier, the footing for the pier has to at least be 30 inches below. So that'd be easier to get out of the ground, would be the piers, rather than having to jackhammer out a concrete pad.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion?
Is there gonna be a separate driveway for this?
Oh, it's kind of like side street parking, but we could put it on the actual property, probably pour gravel, just get it off the road.
Is it gonna be made handicap accessible,
It can,
or is that,
yeah, when we talk to
I
them.
mean, is that necessary, I guess? I'm just asking, you know.
It wouldn't be necessary, but it would be optional.
Any other questions or comments? If not, I will entertain a motion at your will, either to approve or not approve.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right. Again, sorry it took us this long to get to this point. so.
Worth the wait.
Director's report. Any questions or discussions on the director's report? Okay, if not, I will entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Any other questions or discussion for the board? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. We are adjourned.